All right, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the supply and demand for baby formula right now. So if we start off with a nice good graph here, all right, you can see that. So we have our supply and demand graph here. And so usually what's happening is life's going good, we're all at market equilibrium. Now the thing to know here is that this market is actually an oligopoly. There's only a few of the firms that are producing the product. What happened was one of the firms had to recall a bunch of the baby formula they had. So what ends up happening is you have a shift in the supply going left. And so if you keep the same price, what you're going to end up with is you're going to start to have a shortage. And it's also going to cause some anxiety among all of these mothers that need formula for their babies that have some of these special dietary needs. And so Hunter's going to explain some of the other effects that this has.
All right, for all of you out there that have children, most of you probably don't, hopefully. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Well, for all of the crazy mothers that get on Facebook, one of the problems that we have seen is a increase in demand, obviously because of the shortage of baby formula. So this has caused sort of a problem of tragedy of the commons, that everybody is purchasing all of the baby formula that they find on the shelves, and this is not helping the issue that we're seeing with baby formula.
And in addition to that, this current event has taught me something new, that apparently the United States imports formula, which is something Seth told me before we did this, and I thought that was fascinating. But basically how it works is, so right here we got, this is a domestic, so say this is the United States, right? This is the domestic price for baby formula, right? So that means if we're importing, it means that the world price is below, that's the WP. Can you everyone see that? Maybe? It doesn't matter, you hear what I'm saying. That means that the world price is below the domestic price, which means people are going to want to buy from the world. They're not going to want to buy domestically. And so what that does is that that decreases producer surplus, and so everybody's now buying at this price, right? So these are your imports. IMPs. We'll say IMPs, right? And so now the producer surplus is less, right? Well, now we've had something happen that Seth talked about where did you tell them about the recall? I don't remember you saying it. Yeah. So one of the baby formulas had to recall everything. So now this already smaller, and let me rephrase that. We have a tariff imposed already. So it already increases the producer surplus by making this the tariff. And we can get into dead weight loss and stuff, but we're not going to do that because it's irrelevant. But now this producer surplus has shrunk again because of the recall. So now, even though they have all this, they're not using it all, which is why they're, like Seth said, or like I'm telling you, we're getting rid of the tariff so that more people can get their baby formula from the world. Because right now the domestic suppliers are not doing their job, and they kind of messed it up. So
Feed your babies.